This week on ANN, Impact South Africa puts faith in action.
A search for deeper spirituality leads to outreach at a public university.
And a new guide for faith leaders keeps freedom of belief in the public eye.
These stories and more are coming up.
This is ANN, a service of the Seventh-day Adventist World Church. Thanks so much for joining us this week.
First in the news, more than 1,000 Adventist young people from around the world met in South Africa a week ahead of the Impact South Africa conference. They were there to kick off the World Youth Congress with community service projects. SID Media has this report.
Cape Town, the mother city in South Africa, was one of the venues for the third edition of General Conference Youth Congress, held in the Southern Africa Indian Ocean Division at St. George's Hotel in Pretoria, South Africa. Looking at the community projects that were done by these young people, especially in Pretoria and both Johannesburg and Cape Town, the youth leaders from the General Conference and the Southern Africa Indian Ocean Division were humbled, to say the least. Local church members, young and old, were there at both the international and domestic airport to welcome the visitors, and the Welcome Impact South Africa signs were so visible for the volunteers to notice. Arriving together on different flights with the Vice President from the General Conference, Pastor Armando Miranda, some of the young people from all over the world jetted into Cape Town International Airport. Flanked by President Barack Obama's planes touching down, the Ugandan team was one of the teams that arrived on the same flight with some of Obama's entourage. And what an honor it was for some of the young people to rub shoulders with the crew.
We are happy to arrive together with the team of President Obama, and we will be here for community service. We are so much welcome, and we are happy to be here in South Africa.
South Korea had one of the highest numbers of delegates dressed in colorful regalia that attracted a lot of travelers. After that, we had teams from the Caribbean islands, Paraguay, Uruguay, Australia, and the USA from California. The young people did not waste time as they went into full ministry straight away on Sabbath, taking the children's story and the divine service at Hildeberg College Chapel. Pastor Raywin Hankes from North America did not mince her words in urging the young people to work for the Lord. After that, there was a special dedication prayer for the young people.
Adventist students at a public university in Portugal say they feel like modern-day Daniels, and their search for a deeper faith is connecting with fellow classmates. TV Adventista sent this report.
Young Adventist students from universities gather weekly in Aveiro, Portugal to discuss Bible topics that interest them. We participated in one of these meetings, held by the Azimuth 12.1 group. Today, there are 14 of them, but some of their Bible studies draw dozens of students. It is common for students in the University of Aveiro to be passionate about the Bible. The students, tired of the superficial, are searching for something deeper, and these meetings show that they have found what they are looking for. Fabio Garces launched the Azimuth 12.1 group. The name, he says, was inspired by Ecclesiastes 12:1.
We had a group of Adventist students here at the university where the community was growing so much that we found it was time for us to get together and maybe exchange ideas and motivate one another, keeping in mind today's context. We named ourselves Azimuth 12.1 back in 2008. And since then, we've had meetings about motivating each other and about the Word of God, and being a little bit like Daniel was when he was in Babylon. Here he was in a place that was foreign to him. With the education that God's people had, they came together. This attitude, like the attitude of Daniel, is the same that we have here. All of the young people here in the university have come together to motivate each other.
It was 5 years ago that these students began meeting on Mondays at the university's Faith and Culture Center. Even though most students are already familiar with the Bible, for some it's a new experience. And third-year psychology student Monica came after a friend invited her. For her, everything she's hearing here is new.
I've read snippets of the Bible. My parents are Catholics, but they've never been passionate about the Bible. I've attended Catholic Mass here and there, but since coming to university, I've shut myself off from religion and found myself empty-handed. There was something missing. And then I thought to myself, maybe I strayed too far from religion. I once met a classmate over dinner, and she told me she was an Adventist and invited me to her Bible study group to see if I liked it, and I did. I like the atmosphere, this new worldview that I'm hearing about that I was not familiar with. Then I attended a second and third time and hope to continue attending. I could have said that all these ideas are too different and that I can't identify with them, but that's not the case. It is different, but it has taught me. It is different, but it has caught my attention. It's making me come back to learn more. And whenever the meeting is over, and sometimes I don't realize it right away, but there are lessons that I can take to heart. They stay in the back of my mind, and I say to myself, you know what? That makes sense. Maybe it is true. Maybe my old ways of thinking weren't the most correct ways.
The Azimuth 12.1 group is committed to sharing the Adventist message across the campus, and with summer break coming up, they are already planning the next year's meetings.
Adventist lawyers and religious liberty experts in Romania are promoting a new guide for faith leaders. The Journal for Freedom of Conscience is a roadmap for leaders who want to keep religious liberty in the public eye. The book includes an overview of constitutional protections, common religious liberty violations faced by religious minorities, spiritual resources, and input from Romanian legal and political experts. Church leaders say the publication is the first local attempt to portray religion and belief from various perspectives. The guide was unveiled at the International Religious Liberty Association's Freedom of Conscience Conference last month. Romanian Adventists, who are among a small minority of Protestants in the country, are longtime advocates for freedom of belief. Earlier this year, the church's Freedom Caravan toured the country, hosting town hall meetings, university lectures, and interfaith talks to promote religious liberty.